The challenges that this year has brought aren't ones that we will quickly forget. But this year has also given us opportunities to be the church in new and meaningful ways. We were reminded that God's church is not a structure where we gather, but it's His people, keeping in step with Jesus as He leads us in our homes, in our communities, and around the world. When we made the decision back in March to postpone in-person gatherings due to the pandemic, we worked hard to reimagine and repurpose our technology to keep us as connected as possible as a church. We had our first digital Easter, where over 2,000 people in 17 states and 2 countries heard the good news of God's grace. Our groups quickly transitioned to connecting via Zoom for a season. Our Ridge Kids and our student ministry developed an online platform to continue to connect with and equip our kids to take their next steps of faith.
An up arrow, we're going to raise our arms high in the air like this. And then when we see a down arrow, we're going to put them down at our sides like this. So get up.
As I look back now over these past 8 months, it's really incredible to consider that the presence of God and the power of God is now entering into more spaces and more places than we could have ever imagined pre-COVID. And you guys, you stepped up in a huge way to impact our community. From donating masks to supplying our local food pantries to blessing our frontline workers, we were able to show the love of God in really tangible ways. You'll hear more about some of those in a later video, but it was amazing to see the church be the church outside of our 4 walls.
So I decided to do some donation pricing so that everyone could afford the earrings, even if they just had a little bit to spare. And giving that to the Dollar Club, I feel like really makes it relatable to everyone.
And then working with medical and health officials, we were able to work through the real and the necessary modifications to our physical space to safely reopen our campus in July. We know that not all are able to regather in person just yet, but we are thankful for the blessing of technology that is allowing us to remain as connected as possible as a church family until we can all gather again in the near future.